That was crazy. So I get a phone call from this guy. Hi, my name's Rick Sebak. I work for, I forget which one, PBS in Pittsburgh. And we're doing a documentary on pies and we're going across the country and we'd like to come and film and it's this date. And I'm like, what? And it was like in 2 weeks or something. It was like really soon. And I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds good. And then I get off the phone, I'm like, well, I'm gonna Google this guy, make sure this is legit, you know, like, who is this? And I looked him up and I was really excited because I've actually watched a lot of his documentaries and they're some of my favorites. I was like, that's who's coming! And so I was really excited about that. I've been asked that before. I guess that pie because I like to eat pie. So I like to make things that I like to eat. And it's something that I'm good at, so I have the confidence in the fact that people would buy it because it's good. When we were still living in South Whitley, I was thinking, oh, what could I do to make a little extra money? And I had a friend who was selling at a farmer's market, so I looked into that. But it turned out at that time the laws said that you couldn't bake from a home kitchen and sell food. It had to be like a completely separate kitchen. And so I was like, oh, okay, can't do that. So then I had somebody tell me that that had changed, so I revisited that and I was like, oh, okay. And I was thinking, you know, well, what am I going to put on my menu? So I was thinking of all the things. What do I make that always turns out? Like coffee cake, I can make that. That always turns out. Cookies, those always turn. You know, there's certain desserts that are not so good, or like they taste good, but they don't look so good. So it's like, no, I'm not going to sell those. And pies, I've been making pies since I was probably middle school, high school. So those went on the list, and did a lot of research into competitors and all that, and what the laws were and where I could sell. So the health department has rules saying that if you do bake from a home kitchen, you can only sell the product at a roadside stand, which is a table out by my driveway, and at farmers markets. Hathaway's class, Mr. Cowan would come and read to us, and he sat in the big rocking chair. We all sat on the floor around him, and I remember he read Island of the Blue Dolphins. And I really enjoyed the book, and he was a sweetheart. An enormous college, and one of the things that I missed while I was at college is I liked walking the halls in Whitko. Every person I passed, I knew them, or I knew their sibling, I knew who their parents were. Like I liked knowing people, and I knew everybody because half the school was from South Whitley, and I'd been going to school with them since kindergarten, and then the other half since 6th grade when we were in middle school. So I liked knowing people. I liked the closeness and the small atmosphere. So they came, and there were like 4 guys on the film crew, and yes, it was very nerve-wracking, and I was afraid I was gonna, like, what if the pies don't turn out on film, you know, what if I roll out my pie dough and it all falls apart, or what if I say something really stupid? So then it aired, it was almost a year later that it aired. and we had my mom and mom was on it as well, because I told him about her, and he's like, wait, your mom does the exact same thing? I was like, yeah. He goes, well, I'll call her too. So we were both on it. They were here for about 4 hours, and I think we got edited down to about 2 minutes, if that. So my mom and I did a big viewing party and made pies and had our friends and family over and watched it the night that it aired, and she started getting, it was at her house and the phone started ringing like while we were watching the show. People were calling about her pies, and I had a ton of messages and emails and people from all over the country. Do you mail to, or do you ship to Florida, and can you send me a pie to Minnesota? And I've had people travel from different places because they saw the documentary. So the most recent one was a little girl, I think she was 5 years old, and her mom called and said, we're coming down from Chicago today. So they're making like the 4-hour drive down here just to get pie. So she said, my daughter is obsessed with the documentary. She just watches it over and over again. And I was like, oh, okay. So they get here, and this girl hightails it out of the car. Natalie! Like we were best buds. It was the cutest thing ever. And then of course she wanted pictures with me, and like, it was so fun. I'm Natalie Warner, and I'm proud to be a Wildcat.